How to win friends and influence people. Most people think influence is about charisma, power, or having all the right answers. But Dale Carnegie knew the truth long before social media, personal branding, or TED Talks. Influence begins with empathy. Success begins with sincerity. And your ability to build strong relationships will define your personal and professional life far more than your skills or title. How to win friends and influence people is not about manipulation. It's about connection. It's not about being interesting. It's about being interested. This isn't a self-help book. It's a people help book. And when you master the art of making others feel seen, heard, and valued, the byproduct is trust, loyalty, opportunity, and joy. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Carnegie opens with a powerful insight. Criticism doesn't lead to change. It leads to resentment. When we criticize someone, their natural instinct is to defend themselves. Instead of growing, they close off. But when we show understanding, when we acknowledge their perspective without judgment, we invite reflection and improvement. Abraham Lincoln learned this the hard way. Early in his career, he publicly criticized a political rival. The backlash was so intense, he vowed never to speak against a person again, only their ideas. Criticism is easy. Understanding takes strength. In parenting, in leadership, in love, don't point fingers. Ask questions. Be curious. Help others feel safe enough to be honest. If you want influence, ditch the blame. Lead with grace. Chapter 2. Give honest, sincere appreciation. We're all hungry for recognition, but empty praise is like junk food. It fills nothing. Carnegie teaches us the power of sincere appreciation. It means noticing the effort, celebrating the quiet wins, acknowledging what's often overlooked. When you appreciate someone for who they are, not just what they do, you build a bridge of trust. Example: a manager who tells their employee, "Great job on that report," is fine. But one who says, "I noticed how much thought you put into simplifying the data for the client. That made a huge difference," creates impact. Gratitude breeds loyalty. Appreciation fuels performance. Be specific, be genuine, be generous with praise. Chapter 3. Arouse in the other person an eager want. If you want to persuade someone, stop talking about what you want. Start talking about what they want. People are motivated by their needs, dreams, and fears, not yours. When you learn to frame your ideas in a way that shows the benefit to the other person, they lean in. Example: don't say, "I need you to support this project." Say, "Here's how this project will help us hit your department's goal." Salespeople do this well. They don't sell features, they sell outcomes. Want to be a master persuader? Make the other person feel like it's their win. Because when their win becomes your mission, you both win. Chapter 4. Become genuinely interested in other people. You can't fake real interest. People know when you're waiting to speak versus actually listening. When you show genuine curiosity, ask thoughtful questions, remember details, follow up on life events, you build emotional capital. Carnegie reminds us, the most successful people are those who care about others. In networking, small talk won't get you far. But showing up for someone's kid's recital, remembering their big pitch, that's unforgettable. Build your relationships not on convenience, but on care. People don't want perfection, they want presence. Chapter 5. Smile. It's so simple, it's almost silly. But a smile is one of the most disarming, powerful tools in human communication. It says, "You're safe here." It lowers defenses. It creates connection before words are spoken. Studies show smiling not only improves your mood, it's contagious. People are more likely to trust, collaborate, and engage when greeted with warmth. Carnegie reminds us, don't underestimate the ROI of kindness. Before you speak, before you sell, before you lead, smile. It's free, it's fast, and it works. Chapter 6. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest sound. Our name is tied to our identity. When someone remembers your name, they're saying, "You matter." That's why it stings when someone forgets, or worse, gets it wrong. Remembering names is a small act with a big impact. It signals respect, care, and intentionality. Make it a game. Repeat their name out loud. Associate it with a visual. Write it down. Whether you're speaking to a CEO or a server, this principle applies. Use their name sincerely and correctly. It's not a tactic. It's a tool of emotional intelligence. Chapter 7. Be a good listener. Listening isn't waiting for your turn to speak. It's making someone feel heard. Carnegie's wisdom here is timeless. If you want to be interesting, be interested. Great leaders ask open-ended questions. Great friends hold space. Great communicators listen more than they speak. When someone feels truly listened to, they're more likely to trust you, follow you, and support you. Resist the urge to fix or interrupt. Nod. Reflect back. Ask, "Tell me more." Because being a good listener makes you unforgettable. Chapter 8. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Want instant rapport? Speak their language. Don't talk about what you find exciting. Ask what lights them up. This is where empathy meets strategy. If you're pitching to a client who loves data, don't lead with emotion. Lead with numbers. If you're coaching someone who values freedom, highlight how your suggestion gives them more autonomy. When you enter their world, you earn the right to invite them into yours. Carnegie reminds us, influence isn't about impressing, it's about understanding. Chapter 9. Make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. Every person wants to feel like they matter. When you recognize someone's worth, not just their work, you build deep trust. Don't just say, "Great job." Say, "Your creativity in solving that challenge really inspired the team." The secret is sincerity. Flattery is shallow. But sincere validation builds loyalty. Ask someone's opinion. Value their time. Speak to their strength. Because everyone is carrying something heavy, and your words can lighten their load. Make others feel important, and they'll never forget how you made them feel. Chapter 10. Win people to your way of thinking. Carnegie gives us timeless tools for gentle persuasion. Avoid arguments. Even when you win, you lose trust. Show respect for others' opinions. Never say, "You're wrong." If wrong, admit it quickly. It disarms tension. Begin in a friendly way. Warmth over weaponry. Let others feel the idea is theirs. Collaboration breeds buy-in. Influence isn't force, it's flow. When you guide with grace and mutual respect, you don't just change minds, you change hearts. Chapter 11. Be a leader who inspires, not controls. True leaders don't command, they connect. To inspire behavior change, Carnegie recommends begin with praise. Call out the mistake indirectly. Ask questions instead of issuing orders. Let people save face. Highlight past successes to encourage better performance. When people feel seen, respected, and safe, they rise to the challenge. Leadership isn't about control. It's about co-elevation, lifting people up so they become more than they thought possible. How to Win Friends and Influence. People isn't just a business book. It's a philosophy of being. It teaches us that influence doesn't come from dominance. It comes from understanding. That leadership starts not with a title, but with a listening ear. And that the most successful people aren't those who chase admiration, but those who offer appreciation. So the next time you want to connect, remember, be kind, be curious, be human, because your relationships are your resume. This was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Brought to you by Success Resources Books Insights. You don't need to become more. You need to become present. This is more than mindset. It's a mission. Keep seeking. Keep growing. Keep giving. And together, let's make the world rich again.